Okay, so I need to make sure that I'm shading the right place. So I arrowed all the way over, and I have my color highlighted. So I press enter, and it comes up. I can change my color, I can change my line. This says I want to shade above. So I want to shade above for the first one because y is greater than. The second one, I want greater than. So I want to shade above. I'm going to press graph, and it's going to graph both and shade. So that's where they overlap. So that's my solution. I don't care where they intersect. I don't care anything else except that region. That's my answer. That's my solution. So 16, a little bit of review. If I have the absolute value less than a number, I'm going to be in between the negative of the number and the positive of the number. If I have the absolute value greater than a number, I'm going to be less than the negative of the number and greater than the positive of the number. So I'm not in between two numbers now. So on a number line, that looks like I have an endpoint, I'm in between. This one, there's an endpoint, I'm going this way, and I'm going that way. So I am not in between. So over here, absolute value. So I'm going to say, when I take the absolute value bars off, now I'm considering the positive and the negative. So the inside 2x minus 3 is less than 13, but it's also greater than negative 13. So that inside is stuck in between the negative and the positive of that number, 13. So I'm going to solve it like I would a regular linear equation. I'm going to add 3. So I get 2x is less than 16 and greater than negative 10. Then divide by 2. So I get x is less than 8, but it's greater than negative 5. So in 17 it says graph the equation. So I need to find my vertex and at least one point on either side of my vertex. So I'm going to graph it, see, okay, it is facing up. Go to the table. There's my vertex, -2, -7. I'm going to use those 5 points. So -4, 1. -3, -5. And then -2, -7. -1, -5, and 0, 1. Number 18 says write the equation that is the translation of y equals square root of x to the right 4 units and down 9 units. If I was going to the right, I subtract on the inside. If I'm going down, I'm going to subtract on the outside. You could always put this in y1 and use a combination. Just go through, you would have answer choices, something like the correct one, an incorrect one just to kind of mess you up. So you have those 4 possible functions. So you have those possibilities. So you could graph all and the parent function to see which one of these actually did go 4 to the right and down 9. That's just if you were confused about the negative on the inside. You could check all of them to see which one actually went and followed the translations. So number 19, there were 310 people in attendance at the Hairspray this last weekend. There were 4 times as many students as there were adults. Write the system of equations that represents a situation and solve for the number of students and adults. So people consisted of students and adults. So that tells me that x plus y equals 310. The next one, there's 3 times as many students as there were adults. So x equals 3y. 4y. So you need to get this in standard form. I'm going to get this one in y equals form. And I can either graph both of these and see, I might have some big numbers. So you can either graph these, or you can get them both in standard form and do the matrix. I think I'm going to do both in standard form and do the matrix. So that leaves me x plus y equals 310. X minus 4y equals 0. Okay, so just in case you forgot, I'm going to go second, matrix, arrow over to math, go up to B, or REF, press enter, and then I'm going to do alpha, zoom, and I do have a 2x3, so press enter, and it comes up the matrix in the home screen. So I have 1, 1, 310, 1, -4, 0. So I have 248 students and 62 adults. So number 20, I need to make sure that it's in standard form. So I have my x's, my y's, my z's, and my constants. So I can go back to the calculator. I want to use our REF again, so second matrix, math, B. This time when I do alpha zoom, I'm going to arrow up, and I have a 3, so enter, a 4, enter, and go down to OK, enter. So I have 3, arrow over, 2, arrow over, -1, arrow over, 11, 2, -1, 2, -3, 1, 3, -1, 8. So press enter, and I get 2, 1, -3. So 21 is given to us in y equals form. So slope-intercept form. So I'm going to put it into y1 and y2. So I can see it cross somewhere around like -6. And the x values, I'm going to go to the table and see if I can find it in the table. 3, 3. So -6, 3 is my solution.